It's Monday. Right? Yeah. So, no glasses today. I haven't had my glasses on all day, actually. Partially because I went out and swept the porch. I was itching all day long. Hooray for spring pollen. Not really. Not really. Alright, it's Monday. So it's time for a little Monday motivation. Also a brief, check-in. Oh, I even remembered what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Look at that. Imagine! Which means I need to get it done tonight so it's ready. Oh my gosh. So, alright. Hey. Before we get into it, I'm Aradia Nawari. I'm your resident witch and creatrix over at Aradia's Hand, Danae's Divine, where I create myth, magic, and meaning for your everyday life through art, intuition, and energy work. And on Mondays, I like to talk about motivation, if I have any. I have some thoughts about that too, actually. And what my intentions are for the week. Because, when we make big picture planning and stuff, it's really, really easy to kind of get lost in the sauce. And then, weeks, months pass, half the year's fucking gone. And you just notice that you didn't really get anything done. And you didn't get anything done because you didn't really break things down, or you didn't check in, or you didn't set goals in a way that made them actually attainable. So, yeah, the whole smart business. But, part of making like a good goal and achieving and accomplishing anything is like checking in and assessing as needed. And so that's part of why we set these little intentions on Mondays. So we can check it on Wednesday and we can review on Friday. Yep. So there you go. All right. So Monday motivation. The other reason I like to talk about motivation is because, one, alliteration. Yeah. But also, I think people think that some people are just motivated all the time. And I've got to say, I grossly disagree with that. I don't think anybody is motivated all the time. I think you can be motivated most of the time. I think you can be good at maybe calling up motivation. But as far as being motivated all the time, yeah, I don't think so. Just because that's not the way people's brains work. If we look at the collective, right, there's always people on one side, people on the other side. You've always got your outliers. You've got maybe the majority of people, the average person, if you will. And even that's a range, right? We get averages by averaging things, right? So there's people from all sorts and types mixed into that whole melange, which means, depending on the sample that you're taking, right, and who you're talking to, and like what other shit is going on, you're gonna get really different results sometimes. So speaking of that, I had a bunch of YouTube videos open. I currently only have 5 tabs open on my browser on my computer. There are definitely over 100 on my phone. Just not gonna talk about that. I had like 60, 70 some, and I got it down. And some of them were YouTube videos for me to watch. And for some reason, I had a bunch of videos about motivation pulled up. Because, look, I like to be motivated. I like to get stuff done. But like everybody else, I struggle with getting and sometimes staying motivated. Now, for me, I know that motivation is a matter of really getting stuff done. When I get stuff done, I'm more motivated, right? Hold on one second. Let's see. Oh, wait, let's make a note. Did I finally take it out? Oh, I did. Oh, no. Okay. Got this list on my thing. No longer. I just ripped it off by accident. Oops. Gotta fix that. So... Because I don't do transcripts, right? That's not a thing. But I do notes. And really the notes are kind of like highlights and things that I think are important. And I have a little section in here for some other tidbits that came to me. And I never know what's going to be in there, if it's going to be in there at all. Yeah. Yeah, the whole always motivated thing is such a crock of bullshit, honestly. So, and say, I was watching a bunch of videos though, just because, like everybody else, right? It's really easy for me to get like caught in the whole I'd like to be motivated. Can I trick myself into this? Can I con myself into this? Can I maybe figure out a way to manufacture this? Yeah, the answer was no. And I listened to some videos that are not even worth linking to, honestly. And I would say they're not worth linking to because one of them was talking about, I think, internal loci, or the law of internal loci, which might be totally misremembering that. But the shorthand version is, if you feel responsible for your success, you're more likely to work harder and achieve further success than if you felt something just naturally just happen, like you were just able to do that. Now, my issue with that, the problem I have with that idea is that I feel it's really ableist, to be perfectly honest with you. It kind of skips over and ignores the fact that some people just don't have but so much energy. And so because you don't have access to a lot of energy, and thereby it may take you longer or significantly more effort to do something, and may not be readily achievable, that means you're not going to be successful? That sounds like some bullshit. Honestly, really. And the thing with it is that, success sometimes is a combination of luck. It's being in the right place in the right time. It is starting at the right time. It is knowing the right fucking people. And it is having access to shit. You can be smart and you can be capable. And if you don't have what you need, you're going to fail. Like and the reality of it really is it's not a simple equation of you plus resources plus energy equals success. Like they're not finite things that you can measure, and you never know what you're going to have the time and energy for. And just some shit, right? It doesn't matter whether you do everything right. It's just not going to happen. Because because there's other fucking factors. Like that's the reality. There's other factors. And so I don't really dig that whole idea, because it's devoid of nuance. That is the human experience and, people in general. And I think things like that are really faulty and not actually very helpful, because, they're applicable to a very, very narrow set of circumstances, ones that you may not have any control over, which means they're not universally helpful. So toss that out. There was one that was kind of helpful. I won't link that one either because I was kind of like in and out with it. But one of the things that I find when I am not feeling motivated and I still got shit to do is I try to kind of take the path of least resistance. Now, this can look like a lot of different things, but usually it is the simplest thing for me to do. The thing that's going to require the least amount of energy, the least brain power, maybe the least resources, and like it can be any of those things, but just, what is the easiest to kind of get started? Sometimes it may be literally what is closest at hand. Like, my planner's right here. I gotta update this bad boy. And stuff like that. Sometimes it's, okay, doing this is very mindless and very easy, so it's copy and paste. But generally speaking, my motivation errs towards, once I get something done, I'm good to go. Which is why, for me, taking the path of least resistance often is a good kind of jump start into motivation. Because I've started something, I've finished it, and so I can say, hey, I did a thing, and I can keep kind of riding that wave. So, yeah. As far as this week, what I've got to do, I gotta get my planner updated. This whole situation with the pandemic and the isolation. And today, in the wonderful Commonwealth of Virginia, where I happen to reside, they're like, yeah, we need everybody to stay the fuck home. And I'm just like, the hell have we been doing for the last 2 weeks? And I'm like, okay, well, maybe only me's been doing it. I mean, not really. I know some other people have. But it officially got announced, and I guess there was an announcement that it was supposed to be April 23rd, which just seems really arbitrary, by the way. I don't know how they came up with that date. And now it's April 30th. And then I heard something else somewhere else today that might be talking about June. I don't have a lot of anything in with that to corroborate what that's talking about. So I won't comment further on the whole June thing. I don't like that idea though. June sounds like a terrible time to do anything. Like the end of June. I think it was the end of June. I don't know. Whatever. It was really out of context, so I have no idea what the person was talking about. They could have been talking about something completely different. I just know that they're a local human that I happen to know. So there's that. Anyway, my planner's just not been up to date, which for me is another way that it makes shit hard to get done. Partially because I'm playing catch up, so I'm spending time that I could be working, rearranging things, moving food around on my plate, as it were, versus actually doing something. So I don't find that to be terribly effective. And yet, I find myself having to do it quite frequently. And I don't like to start the month off like that. So yeah, needless to say, I haven't actually done my formal planning because now that my office is like clear, I keep reassessing my priorities. Like I've got that stack of things to do that I'd really like to get done, because as soon as the stack is done, like it'll be just done. And then I can do other stuff. So yeah. But that list never ends, really. So that's like a whole thing. Other than that, I'm gonna continue on my 6 things. So okay, it's the second to last day of the month. Tomorrow's the last day of the month. And then we start April. Whoopity-doo-dah. Normally I would be adding a 7th thing. So I had 4 things, and then February I had 5 things, and then March I had 6 things. I have been really slack about getting that 6th thing done, which the 6th thing for March, by the way, was project time every day. And there have been times, there was a few times when I was injured. There were some times I just wasn't feeling well, just tired, too tired to focus. And I was like, this is one more thing that I just, no. Sometimes I've run out of time. Like I've not been tired. It's just I've got other things that take priority that haven't been done yet. Got to do those first. And so those get done, which means that gets sacrificed. So that's like a kind of that's a whole thing. Yeah. Pardon me while I laugh to myself about something. No comments. But yeah. That's it. I think it is. So we're going to continue with the 6 things into April. And I'm going to try really hard to make sure that I do project time every day. I did get it done today, though. Hooray. I can't reach the thing to show you because it's way over there. I'll put a picture in the post below, though, so you can see the progress. So let me... I just blanked on what the hell I was even talking about for a second. That happens a lot. So that's it, I think. Yeah, no links to anything today. Okay, yeah. So, as always, if you'd like to see a picture of thing and the progress, you can scroll into the post below. You'll also see a picture of what my planner looks like for today, just Monday. Because I usually use that. That's usually my go-to picture. So here's the thing about that picture, about the pictures. If you're watching this on YouTube, to see said pictures, you're going to have to hit that link at the very top of the description and go over to Patreon. And that's where you'll be able to see everything. My question for you today, I would love to hear from you in the comments below, is what's got you motivated this week? What are you planning? You can share with me. Love to hear from y'all. And you can find me, of course, at Aradia's Hand and Danae's Divine. Both of the links to my websites are below, as well as all of my active social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I like to hang out on Instagram, like, a lot. I'm usually there more often than anywhere else. I don't get on Twitter on my phone, like, very often, if at all. And I'm incidentally on Facebook, like, not really. So there's that. And, because you stayed to the end of the video, what are we going to do tomorrow? Well, tomorrow's the last day of the month, which means it's Fujo Seto time. Right. Which means I'm actually going to try and be a good puppet and do the stuff I need pictures for tonight. I'm going to take the pictures and then it'll, like, be done. I think I'll do I should do a video tomorrow. But I want to remind you, if this is your first video that you're watching of mine, that because of some technological blah blah blah, aka I'm running out of hard drive space, like, fast. I may or may not continue doing videos through April. Just until I fix my hard drive situation, basically. So I'm not sure, honestly. I'm seriously running out of space. And I don't know when I'm going to be able to fix said hard drive situation. I know how much it's going to cost me to do so, and I just don't know when that's all it's going to... Because, like, all this other shit's going on. It's making planning really fucking difficult, let me just tell you. So there's that. Which is just... pain, right? Shit happens. So, that being said, just a heads up, we may take a pause on the videos. The pictures and the notes and everything those all will remain. For posts that I don't have videos for, the written portion is going to probably be a little more extensive to make up for the fact that there's no video to watch. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. So, thank you for being here. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you like and subscribe. If you're a subscriber already, thank you. I appreciate you being here. And being a subscriber on YouTube means you get little notifications when I put videos up like this. And I put videos up at this point all the freaking time. And if you're not already a patron on Patreon, you can hit that link at the very top. You can head over to Patreon. You can become a patron. That allows me to continue making videos like this for free, in which you get to see me do wonky-do weirdness. And it's just, I don't know, I think I'm entertaining. Fucking weird. Like, and random. And look. We need to take our humor wherever the hell we can get it. And... yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I will see you some kind of way tomorrow. I'm definitely going to try and get some of the blah, 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 blah done tonight. And that means that tomorrow's video should go up sooner. Like, probably not before the evening, to be honest with you. But, I'll have everything else ready. And so it'll just be the video that I'll be waiting on, which will be great. Yeah, that's it. So, until tomorrow, I hope that you have a wonderful Monday, and that you wrap your March up in as nice a way as you can, and let's just get ready to kick off April. Like it's gonna be different from March. Only slightly. Just way, way more isolation. Woo! Psh, fake confetti.